guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Eunice Gashigwa. Today I want us to look at a very interesting topic, and that is the topic of confidence in Christ. But before then, hit that subscribe button, like, comment and share. I want us to ask ourselves this question: where do I base my confidence? Is it in people? Is it in myself? Or is it in God? And there are three major things, places that I want us to look at where most of us place our confidence in. And the first place that has made most of us go wrong is placing our confidence in people. Yani, you don't picture God in everything, and you picture this human being. Perhaps there are those big people, they have done many things, they have gone miles, they have everything that entails a man to be. Yani, they are like this goddess or God, and they have achieved so much in life, and you want to achieve that. So you tend to base your confidence on them. Anytime that you want to make any decision, you go to them. Anytime you want to make anything, like you want to do anything, I want to build a house, this person has built the house. It is a nice structure, it is everything that anybody would go for, and that is the person you go to. Remember this one thing: this is a human being who only depends on the breath in their nostrils, and in any case, if their breath disappoints or fails, that is the end of it. Their legacy, everything goes down, and you left there stranded. I placed my confidence so much in this person, and now there is nothing more left for me. And that is where we miss the mark. We tend to look at the people, the things that they have done, and place our confidence there, rather than placing our confidence in God and believing that we can achieve whatever they have achieved. So placing confidence in others will only make you lose it. It will not yield anything. And the next place I will place our confidence in is in ourselves. Hey, praise the name of God. Now this is where we miss the mark. You have so much confidence in yourself that you even miss the mark of acknowledging God in your life. I can do this, I have done this, I have achieved this, I have gone to places, I don't even deserve to associate myself with some people, I don't need to do this or that, because you have so much confidence in yourself that you don't see anything else that can come along your way to distract you. And that is where we miss the mark. Remember this, there is one saying that was written somewhere: there is no worse screen to block our spirit than confidence in our own intelligence. I have achieved, I have made this, I have done this. That is where you lose the mark, and that is where Christ pulls out and lets you be. What if tomorrow you wake up and found everything is gone? Like in the case of Job. Job woke up one day, his children, his cattle, his house, everything was gone. And that is when his wife told him, curse that God, you have served him so much, curse him now that you may die and leave the world. If now place yourself in that scenario, everything you've achieved, everything you have is now gone, and you have nowhere else. Where will your confidence then come from? Remember, you had placed all confidence in yourself. If you read in the book of Proverbs chapter 28 and verses 26, the Bible tells us that whoever trusts in his own mind is a fool, but who walks in the wisdom will be delivered. If perhaps you have lost everything, but you still believe in God, in the wisdom of God, you're going to gain everything else. You get it? I hope I hope you're good. Now, the place, the place we've all been waiting for is where we should rightfully place our confidence in. I believe in God, and that is a thing that we say in church, but in my heart it is there that I believe in God, I believe in Christ, I believe in his death and resurrection and everything. And that is why I have so much confidence that if today I have 100 and tomorrow it's gone, I believe and trust that the next day the same God who gave me this one will give me it the other days. I have so much confidence in him. He who sent he who sent his son just for me to die on the cross. I have so much confidence in him that whatever he does will be for the good of me, and he can never forsake me. And there are several verses in the Bible that keep reminding us of where we should place our confidence in. If you read in the book of Deuteronomy chapter number 31 verses 8, God is reminding us that he will go ahead of us. Remember, today we are on this state. Tomorrow, Christ is already there. So there is nothing to fear, and that is why we're going to tomorrow with a lot of confidence, singing that song that most of us like, that my tomorrow must be greater than today. And I love that song so much because it gives me the reassurance that whoever I trust in is greater than my fears, is greater than in everywhere else that I may have placed my confidence in. That he will go with us, he will not leave us, he will hold us, and he will see us through everything that we do. If you also read in the book of 1 Peter chapter number 5 verses 6 and 7, Christ is reminding us to humble ourselves under the mighty hand of God. The mighty hand of God. That if you know something is so mighty, you don't have to fear anything, and you have confidence in that thing. We all want to be associated with things that can never be terrified. I don't also want to be terrified. I want to make it in life. I want to be upheld. I want to be led. And that is where we should place our confidence in. If you also read in the book of Hebrews chapter number 13 verses 6, Christ is telling us, if we have confidence that Christ is our helper, so nothing can be done to us. That if Christ is our helper, let us take ourselves back to the cross. The cross, the work of the cross. Remember, Christ endured it all to a point that he reached and told God, this is too much for me. Remember, he was God and he was Christ. And he was man. It was both like that. But he endured it for our sake. He was not terrified, and he let the will of God be done. And that is why we are standing here today. That is why we are here to confess that everything we do can only be based on God. Every confidence that we have, we uphold it because Christ upheld it before. We have so much to tell people that God has done for us because it is true that he did it for us. It was at the cross where everything started. Hapo ndipo mwanzo wa kila kitu. That is where everything started. And that is why we believe that no man can do us nothing when we trust in Christ, when we hold confidence and everything in Christ. Also, if you read in the book of Psalms chapter number 5 verse 22, the psalmist is trying to tell us to cast all our burdens, all our cares, everything to God. And also in the Bible, there is somewhere that David said, I was young and now I am old, and I have never seen a righteous man being forsaken. That was so much confidence because he had walked with God and he had seen whatever God had done in his life. It was so clear that God can never forsake his very own. So placing our confidence in God will guide us step by step. It will take us one day at a time in everything. And blessed is the man who remains steadfast under the trial, because when he stands the trial, he will be given the crown. And that is what we all want to get. And that is why we should base our confidence in God. So, as we continue to trust in God, may He bless us and may He help us to live a life worth His calling. Be blessed. And until next time, let us base our confidence in Christ.